They're at 5. I don't know. He's still eating. I thought they go. That one went to bed. That was up here. This guy's just keep on going. Okay. Huh. You gonna eat all my good stuff? Let's just kill this guy. Okay, there we go. All fixed. Why are you guys still running on that stuff? I mean, I understand. I understand some aspects of what you're doing, but all right, let's make some food. So for now, we don't have a dedicated food area, so we're just gonna make it up here. Oh, there's no power here though. Perhaps we'll make it here. We'll hook up it with power, and then once it's built, we can choose what they're gonna make there. I guess they're kind of just eating the stuff over here that they've harvested, which kind of works. This is also going to take power, right? So we really need these batteries done. And I guess we're not going to this because this isn't high priority. So let's go to the priority chart. So these are high priority, but then this isn't. So we really need to dig all of that, and then I guess also run the electrical. So now it's higher priority. So hopefully they'll work on that stuff. You can't directly tell them to do stuff. You have to just kind of indicate priorities, and then you can specify jobs so that only certain people will do certain things. But for some reason, they really, really want to do the power. I don't know for sure. I think that the ladders let oxygen go through. But it's not a lot down here because this isn't built yet. There's a bunch of other maps you can do too. So there's power grid, indicates the production and then the actual usage. Temperature, so those people are pretty warm, but their environment's not too bad. This is thermal comfort overlay. I'm not really sure what this means. Lighting, so you can actually put in lights later. Liquids, we don't really have any stuff running. Gas, we haven't done everything running, and then decoration, it's I guess high there, low everywhere else. And then priorities. Oops. So once he builds this thing, I think these guys will work a little better after the battery's built. Because then they'll have an idea of how much power they have produced. Because right now they're just running like crazy, producing way more than I'm using. It is an early alpha game. Early access game, rather. And so there's some things that might be kind of buggy, and they're still working on stuff. So that might be one where they don't realize that they shouldn't run constantly on both hamster wheels if they're not actually needing that much power. Okay, so now we actually have a battery hooked up. This little meter goes up to say when it's full. And at that point, these guys might actually stop running. Maybe. So I guess now what I can do is I can change these to be back to priority 8 like I had. And then this is still priority 8. So then it'll be priority to create oxygen and power. But then if I want, I can still have room at 9 to tell them to actually dig something out or whatever. And then I usually do like food as 7. That's kind of the habit I've gotten into. So that they stay alive, and then all the other jobs, then I can set at different amounts. If it's an important job, I'll do 9. But I still keep them, or I could do like a lower number, I guess. But. Alright, building away. We almost have the oxygen thing here, because we're running pretty low here. You can see that they're holding their breath. Somewhat. They're not constantly holding their breath. But once they get this thing up and running, I'll change this to be priority 8. Okay. Priority 8 is give oxygen to this floor here. And then up here, this one's going to start running out. So next thing I want them to kind of work on is also one from up here. So I guess what I'll do is I'll put it over here. Because, you know, other oxygen might come up here already. So we'll run it over that direction. We can run it through the floor, so it's a little bit prettier, a little bit more hidden. Right here, it's not very hidden, but I might close this up more later. It's priority 8, which is drop off the, okay, so now we can get another person. So let's get a new person. So here are our options. We can not take any of these if we want, or we could take one. So if we don't feel we're quite ready, then we don't need to. But some of these guys that are strong and athletic will be really good for being, this is, your job is to run on power. Like, do power and do manual labor stuff. So I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So this person is stronger and can't be a cook, which is fine. So let's actually go with that. I kind of like that. So then if we go to jobs, we can see this person is good at certain things. So let's uncheck. I really can't get mixer to work today. Oh no! Sorry to hear that, John. Not sure why that would be. We're going to tell this new person to not do these different things. Yeah, that's really weird. I have, on my end, I don't have any drop frames, but so far, both of you guys have mentioned that you're having problems seeing it. I wonder why. I don't know. Are you on the phone as well? You probably can't. You probably can't. You on the phone. Maybe if he's on the phone, maybe it's just the mobile app, possibly. So this person can do massages. Let's just take it out. I guess we'll keep it up. No, we want to do compost, power, hydro fan. I'm not even sure what that is. Oh, I see, because they have tinkering. A couple of extra things are showing up. Okay, huh. Interesting. I wonder why it's not working. Okay, well, you probably can't hear me, but sorry that it's not working for you. Alright, so let's do delivery, building, sweeping. So I'm taking out a bunch of the different stuff and just sort of trying to have this person focus on power. Huh, interesting. Not sure why. Why are you having those problems? Oops, I just realized that. I meant to hit enter. There we go. Okay. So, so now this food thing is built, so we'll click on that. And right now, we don't have a lot of this resource. The meal lice, it's a food you have to kind of grow. But we can get dirt and water, and then make these disgusting bars that give you diarrhea. So we can put that on repeat, so that somebody will always be working, or somebody will, hopefully, always be creating those. We have oxygen running down here. Mush bars being created there. This is eventually going to start stinking, so now that we actually have stuff, let's put in a door. So now they're going to put in a door there. Oxygen is being created up there. This is vacuum, and then water over there. Just trying to look at around what's going on. So there's a bunch of oxygen over here. We might consider expanding some of this, although I guess these are still... Some of these are actual crops, I think. Yeah. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was this guy coming up. Where are you going? Oh, you have to go to the bathroom. This person just fell asleep there. Oh, I don't have another bed for them. Oops. Furniture, bed. Put another bed in. And then how's our oxygen? Oxygen is doing great. Okay, cool. So what sort of things do we need to do next? We can work on, so there's researching you have to do for some different things. Perhaps we want to expand this section here to build researching, or maybe it makes more sense to do it up here. I'm going to expand this a little bit to actually be able to access these crops. And then we can say auto harvest. So we can kind of, we don't have planting and everything yet. So we can use the existing cropland that sort of already exists within the crater to work on that. Alright, so far so good there. Let's look over this direction. So there's water here we have to kind of watch out for. And then vacuum, but, you know, I mean, it'll So it just means that there's no oxygen there. Some oxygen there. Okay, so maybe we'll build another layer up, because we can get all this good iron here. Or copper, rather. We can build in this as our next expansion. And then we can do this, and then build in the floor going across. So initially it's going to kind of suck up some oxygen, but that's okay. Build a research thing. So this lets us research different research, obviously. So we can put that here, and then we'll eventually need a supercomputer as well, so we'll put that next to it. I don't know if that's smart to do right away, but I'll do it anyway. So this is going to be the research room, and we'll go ahead and put in oxygen. We don't have enough stuff for. So we need raw resources, which they'll actually get by mining up the stuff up here. So let's take a look. These guys are generating power, and then working on some mining. This guy's collecting water, because you need water and dirt to make these bars. So this person is making these disgusting looking bars. What are you gonna do, I guess? I guess we can also expand this to make more restroom space. Let's do that. Plumbing, outhouse. Fill in a couple of those guys. Put a floor in there. We don't want to get too close to because there's sandstone here. So if we get too close, water is going to start pouring in. It's going to be a big mess. All right. So they're working on building stuff up here. I don't know what the priority is on everything that's running. I mean, I think everything... Power is a priority, and then having these things running is a priority. But otherwise, everything else is kind of equal. So they've sort of decide on different stuff. I guess this is not... Oops. That's weird. This here is not currently a high priority. So we'll make that be a 7. So that somebody's always making food. So we can eat that. Pretty important. What's this down here? Oh, oxygen. Okay. I thought maybe that was going to be more water. Alright, there we go. Now we're starting to do some different things. Making our bars. I guess I can probably speed up time. Everything's fairly stable right now. Generating power. So just trying to keep up the oxygen and food. Kind of, you know, keeps two people kind of busy. Right now I actually have 2 wheels. So as they're charging up the batteries, right now 2 of them are running down there. So it kind of keeps them busy. Eventually, I like to make one person be power and then like sweeping, just so that they put stuff away. Because like they're leaving stuff all over the floors. Not really sure why they choose to do that. I mean, it takes time to grab it and run up here, but it's also kind of a mess. But they're eating little dirt water bars. So eventually we can set up crops, which are kind of hard to do. I don't really know how to do that efficiently yet. Let's look at our different stats here. Looks good. Breathable oxygen. Sometimes, like, so then, like, up here, the carbon dioxide that they exhale, I think, is starting to sink down, and so it's down here with the water. So eventually, I might try and handle the carbon dioxide that will start pooling up down here. But for now, I don't have to worry about it. I can just kind of keep this thing low. And when they're down here, they'll have to hold their breath. But they're not down there a whole lot right now. Once this thing breaks through here, quite a bit of oxygen is going to shoot up there. So this thing will have to stay pretty busy trying to get that going. This room here doesn't have any oxygen currently. So I might consider putting in a... once I actually have some resources for that. Putting in an oxygen producer in here. There is a second one which actually I have to research first. Okay. So once they do, once we research things, then it'll be a little bit easier to. I can put one that isn't as effective, but it's really just like a little pile of algae that kind of, you know, takes carbon dioxide and produces oxygen. So maybe that, I wonder how well that works in there versus like if I put it down here. Because in here there's only carbon dioxide being produced, I think, when people are in here. I don't believe that like the stinkiness counts as carbon dioxide. But alright, so they're making those guys. They're getting smarter. Oh, at least that one person is getting smarter. Oh, I'm sorry. That's stress. Oh, I thought that was smarts. In my other playthroughs, I've gotten that up to about 100%. I didn't, that's funny. I didn't realize that was a thing. Alright, so they're gonna sleep. The person is probably to go to the bathroom. So fast forward till morning. I don't really want this guy to be doing that, so I'm gonna attack him. Because he's eating our resources. This is our food floor. Okay, let's move back to a little bit slower. So generating that stuff. I guess I could put it at regular... once I have resources, I can put in a regular algae oxygen producer. But for now it's working out okay. Just with regular stuff going on here. Yeah, so far there's a bunch of oxygen in there. I think maybe from before. So for now I won't worry about putting in the algae thing in there quite yet. Also, every time they walk through this door, it's an airlock when they're not, like, when the door's not open, but this type of door, when it opens up, it lets oxygen through, so we're okay there. Slowly getting there. Unbreathable stuff over there and just vacuum there. Pretty soon we'll get through there. I think we can speed it up. I may actually want to build some recreation stuff. So there's a massage table, reduces stress. I don't know if they go there on their own. Space heaters, decoration, increases decor and reduces. Oh, this thing reduces stress. Interesting. Prevents stress and speeds the and the spread of disease caused by unburied corpses. Oh, living duplicants will automatically place a dead. Oh man, so I've had some people die too, and then they end up causing disease and stuff, especially when they die in the water. I had no idea that this existed. Okay, well let's put a plant somewhere. So they spend a lot of time hanging out here. So that's gonna be good. I want to decrease their stress. I don't know if this works also when they're sleeping. If so, then here's a little bit of de-stressor when you're sleeping. When you're going to the bathroom, here's some more. Maybe. Yeah. Sure. Why not? I mean, they have a lot of things queued up already, so it'll take a while to get through all this. And it looks like, so we've so our oxygen, interesting. So now this, yeah, this used to be, I guess this is oxygen up here now, but it's a low concentration, so it's very slowly, the oxygen is kind of filling up the space. So that was gonna be a sudden whoosh, but I guess not. Oh, interesting. You have to plant something in it. Oh. Sure. Let's put these. We don't have any seeds, so we can just put the 3 plants that we have in these different things. I never built those before, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But looks like you could just plant in the briars that I've been picking up over here and there. That's cool. Alright. So we're slowly getting there. This guy's, or she's working on the structure in here. And once they dig out the space, we'll be able to research and then bring in some different types of buildings after that. I think right now we're fairly stable. The stress is still high, but we'll see after they... Perhaps we can prioritize this to be a 6 to make it a little bit more important to bring those decorations there so that they don't get too stressed out. Let's go ahead and, I guess, fast forward. Get some stuff going. Okay, they're going to bed. And I think all my oxygen is good. Yeah, so we should be fine to fast forward to morning. And then I don't have any alerts here right now, so that's good. Sometimes, like, different alerts will show up. I guess we can get rid of these, right? Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so we'll go half speed.